I did a previous posting recently, and I should have been on the high street. It's called Getting High on the High Street, and I just wasn't bold enough. And ultimately, when this place is so beautiful, it wins out every time. And this one also has a bit of high street in there, and it's that kind of mismatch between two things. And the mismatch is about self-esteem, and it's about the highs and lows of self-esteem. Now, it doesn't matter which one you take first, but let's take the corporate working world. Often, you know, what we present to the world, maybe not just in work, but this is what we present to friends and family and obviously colleagues as well, but it's perhaps driven, maybe too harsh, by the corporate world, the working world. And that's the idea that you should have high self-esteem. Look at a lot of the work that I do. It's confidence, self-esteem, very interchangeable, come up time and time again. And often my work is to build that self-esteem and confidence, not to break it, certainly. So it's a dominant factor. It's a value that will serve you well in life and work, to have high self-esteem about yourself, about your team, about the project, about the organization, about the industry, about the environment, economy, whatever it might be. That idea of high self-esteem. Now, here comes the kind of paradox of where, let's say we over-promote that. You know, it's a value, it's a good value. Where do we all promote very, very close to that, and literally sometimes geographically speaking, where we want low self-esteem? It's like, well, that's a strange question. Where would we want low self-esteem? Back to what I said at the start, on the high street. And I use the word high street, it's a bit of a UK phrase, I think, but in terms of the material commercial world of being out there in a retail therapy, in terms of buying. Of course, it doesn't have to be on the high street or a street anymore, it's going to be online, of course. And actually what we promote there through advertising, through branding, through comms, is a degree of low self-esteem. Because we want you to buy this product so you feel better about yourself, so you can look nicer, more glamorous, younger, run faster, whatever it might be. Now the weird thing is, sometimes that's presented as, look at this person, don't they look amazing? Aren't they great at what they do? They have high self-esteem and other things, of course. I'm just taking one value for now. And actually then we say, oh, well, I don't have that. I need that to be like that. It's just this paradox. And literally some people, and for me to get to an office, often I'm walking down the street, low self-esteem, oh, I need that, that's discounted. I'm in work, oh, high self-esteem. They just meet so closely. People go out shopping at lunch. Oh, look, I bought this. And now I've got to present at 2 o'clock. The highs and lows of self-esteem. It's a bit playful, but I do think it's worth considering. Because whether we like it or not, that's our environment, isn't it? That working environment, not solely about high self-esteem and the merits of that, and you know, these chief execs who sleep 3 hours a night and what they do. We've got all that. And we're bombarded by advertising and, you know, everything else, the sights and smells that retail and others offer. And often they're presented very differently. Subtly though, that's the thing, subtly differently. And you're chopping and changing between those within sometimes minutes as you do that. So something to keep an eye out for.